Thank you so much. Joining us right now to talk more about it is Illinois Congressman Adam Kinzinger. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Okay, your take on this.
So it's kind of two things right now, and I guess as this is breaking, there's more information to know. But I think the Attorney General actually needs to be very clear about who he talked to, when he talked to them, and the circumstances for that. I think otherwise there's going to be this kind of cloud over him. But the other thing is, I can tell you as somebody on the Foreign Affairs Committee, I meet with ambassadors every day from all over the country. So if you ask me, for instance, have you met with the ambassador of the nation of Chad, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you whether or not I had. I can't remember. And so I think to say, you know, when I'd heard the Al Franken thing, made it sound like, you know, was there prolonged conversations? And Attorney General Sessions said no. But, you know, meeting with an ambassador, I don't know if that's a cardinal sin.
Well, I also think we should talk specifically about what that conversation was about. I mean, when Franken was questioning him, he was asking him about speaking with the Russians about hacking the election, something about the election. And I don't know. I mean, is this a reach here for me to expect that that's what Jeff Sessions was answering? As opposed, I mean, the guy is on the foreign, Foreign Affairs Committee. Of course, he's going to be meeting with all sorts of international counterparts.
Yeah, and I think, to be clear, I think Jeff Sessions needs to be very open and honest about what was discussed and when, because, again, just given the whole totality of everything, it would be right to do.
Yeah.
But I think for somebody, what I've heard, jumping to the conclusion that somehow now he was in cahoots with the Russians, I mean, I can tell you I've met with Russian ambassadors before. That does not make me in any way somebody that colludes with the Russians. That makes me a politician.
What do you think, Dagan? I mean, that's the point.
Attorney General Sessions had more than 25 conversations with foreign ambassadors last year as his role as a senior member of the Senate Armed Services Committee.
Right.
And I'll push back on the Republicans that if the Republicans, even in a small way, look like that they're siding with the likes of Nancy Pelosi, then that's not going to look good for some members of the GOP, Congressman.
Yeah, look, I got to tell you, I think that the Democrats have way overstepped their tone and how they want to change. I actually do want answers on all the Russia connection. I think it needs to be done in a bipartisan way. But every new piece of information that comes out, you see the Democrats in essence grow in hysteria. I think it just takes away from any reputation they have to actually get real answers on this.
Adam, this is Rachel talking to you here from, how are you?
I'm good.
My second favorite congressman. Let's talk about health care. We're seeing some divisions, or at least it's being reported. Are there really serious divisions? Are they going to stall or stop health care reform? And what are the repercussions for those who are saying they're going to break away from whatever the main plan is? I imagine that their voters are going to be, or their constituents are going to be pretty upset about it.
Yeah, look, I think that there's going to be a lot that goes on the shoulders of President Trump here. He's got to go out and sell to skeptics, you know, the idea of repeal, replace, and talking about tax reform. Unfortunately, our party, you know, for a long time we've had the majority but not the presidency, and we've gotten into this problem where we just kind of eat our own, and if something's not perfect, we're going to oppose it. Well, look, we've got to work together to try to get the best replacement plan here to make sure that, you know, people have better health care that's less expensive. I think we're going to get there, but I think there's going to be some difficulty in this process because everybody kind of has their own agenda. But we'll get it done. But we can't do, you know, the Cornhusker kickback and the Louisiana Purchase like the Democrats did. We loaded up the Obamacare bill with earmarks. We don't have that.
Some of the Democrats are saying, look, we want Jeff Sessions to resign. We want him to step down as Attorney General. Is this going to go anywhere?
I don't think so. Now, again, he does need to be clear with his contacts and what was said.
Right.
But I don't think he definitely doesn't need to step down as Attorney General unless this is something that I don't understand what it is yet.
Right.
Recusing himself will be a decision he makes. He said, look, I'll do it if the time's right. At this point, I'm not sure if it's there.
All right, we'll leave it there. Congressman, good to see you, sir. Thanks so much.
You bet. See you
Congressman Kinzinger joining us there. Coming up, time to change your passwords again.